my name is Pastor Shelley, and I have been asked to give you my testimony. So I'm excited about giving my testimony. I haven't shared it with a lot of people yet, but I do want to give God all the praise and all the glory and all the honor because He has healed me, and I've had many miracles in the last 8 months. So I guess I'll just start. 8 months ago in February, I was having these abdominal pain. And so I went to my doctor and they said, okay, you need a CAT scan. And so on Friday, it was a Friday, I got a CAT scan. They called me that very next Monday and they said, listen, we found a large mass. And so it was kind of scary, to me, because I was like, a large mass. Anyway, and so immediately I called my OBGYN. She's actually been my OBGYN for a couple of decades. And she's actually my friend. And so I called her. And so the very first miracle, she said, Shelley, you come tomorrow at my lunch hour. And I'm going to look at your test results. And, we're going to talk about this. And so that's my first miracle. So on Tuesday, Pastor Drew and I went to my OBGYN. She looked at the CAT scan and she says, okay, this is kind of out of my league. So I'm going to call my doctor, which was an oncologist. And, excuse me. And she said, you and Drew go have lunch. And my oncologist is going to call you today. So this is the next miracle, right? So I'm going to call you today, and they're going to call you today and get you in for an appointment. And she says, and if they don't call you, you go to her office and you say, Dr. Lynn sent me to get an appointment. So we went to lunch. Pastor Drew and I went to lunch, and sure enough, her doctor called me and said, we have an appointment at 2 or 3 o'clock. So we went around 2 o'clock to this oncologist, and she looked at all of my records and she says, you know what do you think about having surgery this upcoming Monday? So there we go. There was another miracle. I didn't have to wait. I didn't have to try to look for an oncologist. I didn't have to, wait a long time for my surgery. And so that Monday I had surgery. I had a hysterectomy and they removed the mass. And they did tell me it was cancer, but God, right? And so, but they had removed all the cancer and they told me that I needed chemo. So I had to have 6 rounds of chemo. But here's another miracle. They also took around the mass, they took the lymph nodes around the mass, and none of the cancer cells were in the lymph nodes. So that's another miracle from God. It has not spread. It stayed in place, even though it was pretty large. And so Pastor Drew and I, every night we go over scriptures, healing scriptures. Our faith has grown. And then we had 6 rounds of chemo, and they did another CAT scan, and I'm completely cancer-free. But completely cancer-free. And I give God all the praise and all the glory and all the honor. He is Rapha God. He is the God that healeth thee. He heals me. He heals you. He's no respecter of persons. And he loves us so much, and he can save us. And so anyway, that's my testimony. I hadn't shared that with a lot of people because, listen, as children of God, we have to watch out for the words that come out of our mouth. We don't need to be speaking, oh, I have this or I have that. No, we are healed of the Lord. We were healed 2,000 years ago. We're just going to be waiting for the manifestation of our healing. And so I didn't share that with a lot of people, just shared it with, some people that I knew would pray and not use their words by saying Shelley has this or that, which I don't have. I'm healed and delivered. And so anyway, so that's my testimony, and I want to give God all the praise and the glory and the honor, and he is a faithful God. He has saved my life, and he has healed me. And yeah.